ready. Okay. Uh, yes, continue.
Okay, good day to everybody. Today we talk about stroke and cut process in the elaboration of garment. My team is composed of Amelia Cortez, Luz Elena, Jose Enrique, and Natividad. Right, I am start with the exposition mentioning the process to garment. When we want to make a garment, we must follow a series of steps. First, we start with the design. In this step, we are going to choose the color, trend, the characteristics, the fabric, the supplies, and total steps to follow. Also prepare a template that will help you to prepare our technical sheet. The next step is the pattern. Here the worker marks the pieces of the garment where the objective is to create the size, the scales, and put the reference points of the pattern. This step we can do manually or by computer. And then in the stroke step, the worker puts the pieces on the fabric so that in the next step, the pieces are cut. The last step is to make. Here the pieces are joined by different machines until having a final product. What is the importance of stroke and cut? Well, in the stroke, we seek to avoid fabric wasted to save time, money, material, and obtain profits. For this process, it is essential that the worker knows the characteristics of the fabric or that he has a technical sheet that will indicate how we should make the stroke. In the code that we seek is to be precise. A bad code can generate a problem in production. Therefore, the concentration of the operator is very important. Now, my colleagues will explain in more detail these two processes.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, okay. Well, my name is Pamela Migueli Cortes Lima, and I tell you about extended. Well, the extended is included in four parts or four topics for to say I am. And the first is extend face up. In this extend, it begins at the initial end or the making, where the start of the roll is placed, and as the carriage advances across the table, it leaves the fabric until it reaches the end, for to say. Okay, and where the cut is made to the width of the fabric. Okay, and uh, you do different extent. Okay, and the next is extend face to face. Aquí, sorry, here is the start can be start at either end of the making of the marking. Sorry. As in the previous case, the end of the fabric is deposited at the chosen end and the machine slides towards the other end, leaving the fabric at the same time. Okay, and the third is extend face to face turning. Okay, the carriage extends to the opposite end where the fabric is cut, pressing to rotate the roll on fabric before returning to the beginning of the marking. To begin when extending the next layer, and therefore the fabric in this second sheet will go with its face down at in the same direction of the thread and in the first. And for last, I is the starch extended. Okay, in this case, it's a variant of face up. It's same of the extend face to face, but in stage extended, uh, you use where although the duty cycle is identical, the lengths of the layers are different. Okay, and this is due to the fact that an attempt was made to extend within the same markings of several sizes. Okay, good. And it's important that you to learn about these spreading machines because it's machines. I'm sorry, I don't know that it's okay pronunciation, but what? In these machines, the first is a Polo 100 tissue spreading machine. Okay, this is a single bank cradle of the spreading machine, prevents the marking of the fabric and avoids the attachment of the fraying of the piece. Sorry. And robotic technology, it's possible that you spreading machine equipped with PLC and to adjust the different characters of the preview. Okay, it's matching more use. And what in the next is Apollo 300. In this machine, you it's really same to the to the before machine, but in occasions it's most common use the Apollo 100. Okay, but in Apollo 300, it's a single bad cradle of the spreading machine, prevents the marking of the fabric and avoids the attachment of the fraying of the piece. And the single hand on the spreading machine is very useful for all types of fabrics, from the most delicate like lycras to the heaviest like kings. Okay, and the tubular sprit. This machine is usual in some fabrics because the different size of calendars for the spreading of the tubular fabric, it's in different ranks. In this case, it's 23 and 30, 30 42, 43 69, 70, 120, and 121 and 140. Okay, and automatic programming of any spreading measure and the possibility of spreading anywhere on the table. Okay, and in the next is Apollo 30. In this case, it's an automatic rotating turret for extend face to face, and automatic reading, reweeding, and automatic tissue positioning. Quick and easy trading, automatic reweeding of the fabric in case of detection of any tear. Okay, and the last is Apollo Home. This is the most uh, common in different fabrics or different space of the work. But ah, sorry, because your it's digital touch screen um, contain instructions with easily understood graphic characters. Okay, and automatic check of the correct functioning of the spreading machine when starting it up. Automatic detection of any anomaly. Okay, and it's all for my part. Okay. Uh, Continue my partner, Luciana.
Okay. Stroke and cut. After the laying process of the fabric is finished, the fabric must be cut, for which the corresponding stroke must be placed. It is secured with pins, staples, or tweezers. If you don't, if you do not insert the stroke, you run the risk of the paper moving. Certain work equipment is used in the drawing and cutting process to make it easier to obtain, such as conventional cutting machines, automatic cutting machines, and rules and paper strike. Um, a type of cut. Uh, First is manual cutting. There are two types, disc blade and vertical blade. Next. The other is computerized cut. This cutting system consists of the following units: a control unit which might consist of computer or a magnetic disc reader, cutting table, the cutting head, the cutting head can be plate cut has um, movi- movements that cause cutting in different directions. Matrices can be cut already compacted. Um, Laser cut in the system, the coding is done unit that is layer by layer, and the laser cutting table consists the fabric extender threaded which evenly extend on single layer of fabric, the cutting table, the laser camera, and the conveyor belt. Water jet cutting. It consists of the following parts: to rules support the feeding unit of these the tissues, the water jet unit, the coding table, ultrasonic coding. The coding performance can be increased with the use of second coding heat to work on the same layer of material. Next. Um, Order or of course is a document um, containing the essential elements. These elements are date, number of court order, reference of the garment to cut, characteristics of the garment, quantity of garment to cut, size of clothes to cut, fabric control in the section, responsible for the court order. There are two types: order of real court and order for proportion proportional cut. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, now I'm going to talk about industrial safety and occupational health. Safety in the industry deals with giving general guidelines for risk management in the industry. Industrial facilities include a wide variety of mining, transportation, power generation, manufacturing, and waste disposal operations, which have inherent hazards that require careful handling. Next, please. The objectives of occupational health is promote and maintain the highest degree of physical, mental, and social well-being of workers in all the professions, prevent all damage caused to their health by working conditions, protect all the workers in their employment against the risk resulting from the existence of agents harmful to health, place and keeping the worker in job according to his physiological and psychological aptitudes. In some industrial safety recommendations are use metallic gloves and lycra gloves to protect the hands from the machine, face masks to avoid allergies that may be caused to pollution or fabrics, and it is necessary to always use it. Excellent posture to avoid ergonomic risk when handling roads. Since some cause discomfort to the body, do not use accessories such as chains, bracelets, or rings or earrings by wearing gloves. Do not obstruct the passage on the job site. Keep the floor clean and free of cloth rolls. Locate the electric plugs and the on and off bottoms of the machines. Locate security elements such as first and kit and fire extinguishers. Maintain optimal ventilation and lighting. Well, now I'm going to talk about accident prevention. Law 31 1995 on the prevention of occupational risk aims to promote the safety and health of workers by applying the measures and carrying out the activities necessary for the prevention of risks derived from the work. Most of the accidents that occurred in the cutting and clothing sector are caused by the use of machinery and tools to be used in the curing, sewing, or pressing parts, product goods, blows, trapping, or projection of material. Other chemical hazards should not be forgotten due to exposure to harmful substances, impairing or finishing processes, as well as ergonomic risk due to inappropriate and repetitive work postures. Well, the main labor risk were filed at the same level, and some of the preventive measures that we can adopt are sort tools, fix bad floors, keep walking areas clean, illuminate, wear special footwear, mark the work area. Other of the main labor risks are entrapment, and some of the preventive measures are buy safe machinery and tools, comply with safety regulations indicated by the manufacturer, place emergency switches, use of machinery only by the personnel assigned by the company with training, wear switchable clothing, avoiding the use of accessories such as handles, chains, earrings, rings, use the individual protection equipment with CE markings such as metal gloves, glasses, mask, and cap. Other of the risks is cuts and blows with machinery and tools. And the preventive measures are protect the cutting parts of the machines with guards, use tools with ergonomic handles, use of machinery and tools by trained personnel, and other of the main labor risks are injuries from carrying heavy objects that we can handle loads with the help of auxiliary means or with the help of another person. Respect the maximum loads according to the sex and age. Support your feet firmly and spread your feet slightly. Bend on the hips and knees to catch the load, lifting the load with a straight back. Keep the load as close to the body as possible. And for the final main labor risk is forced postures. And we can ergonomic design our workstations by analyzing work procedures, select work tools with suitable design to avoid forced postures and overreaction, allow postures change and breaks, alternating takes if is possible, perform basic stretching exercises in the areas of the body most affected, carry out periodic health surveillance. Well, this is all from us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for everything, and well, it's all for our part. Okay, thank you.